I have exciting news. Ote shirts are available now for a limited time for the next 6 days. Link in the description. Someone asked me to talk about growing up Mormon. Let's see here. It can, it's touchy to talk about religion. Touchy. Let's see here. I remember when I was 12, I around like 10 or 11, I jerked off for the first time, and I did it, I don't know, it was around 10 or 11, and I did it for like, so I did it like, I don't know, every other night for like a year, and then I didn't think anything of it. I didn't even like realize it was like had to do with sex or whatever. I didn't even know masturbation. I didn't even know the word masturbation. And then I learned in church that we weren't supposed to touch ourselves. It broke the law of chastity, and it was a serious sin, and you're supposed to confess to your bishop to repent. And so I got this. I remember when I figured that out and that clicked in my head, I remember feeling so guilty, and just like my stomach just dropped. And I remember like I went to my mom and I told her, and she's like, yeah, it's okay, it's not like it's common for boys your age to do it, but it is a sin and you should repent. So I went to the bishop, who was like this 40-year-old guy. He's one of my friend's dads, and I told him, and I was like, yeah. He's like, so what brings you in today, Andrew? And I was like, I don't know, I was just like, yeah, I touched myself. And he's like, okay, well, have you told your parents? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, I think that was a really smart decision for you to do, because they want what's best for you and everything. Let's try to go this week, only doing it one time, and I'll meet with you next week. It was something like that. So I did, and then I repented. Yeah, it was just, I just remember it was such a big deal, And so then, yeah, from like 12 years old to 15 years old, I didn't jerk off or look at porn at all. And then, I don't know, then I started around then in high school, then I realized it wasn't even that big of a deal, and so I jerked off again. But speaking of that, NoFap, I downloaded this app called Shield. It's like $3 a month, and it prevents any kind of porn. You can't get on any porn on your phone, so that's usually like the easiest accessible way that I've looked at porn. So ever since I've had that app, it's pretty much the same as like putting weed in a lockbox and then burying the lockbox. It just makes it a little harder to get to the porn. Anyway, so yeah, I haven't looked at porn in like 2 or 3 weeks now. So that's an improvement. Definitely have like less dirtier thoughts. Let's see, what else? Oh shit. I just realized I'm vlogging in this car. Oh well. What else? Yeah, I remember like kissing was a big deal. I didn't even like have my first kiss until 14, but I didn't really make out until like 16, 17. Yeah, just all that kind of stuff was really bad, you know. I remember when I was 16, when I had my bad like weed experience, I was so scared out of my mind and anxious that I wanted to go see the bishop, because I felt like it had to do with like God was like punishing me with like anxiety or something because I was smoking weed or living in sin, you know. So I like went to the bishop and I said everything, and I remember he was like, this bad weed experience you're talking about, this is like the best thing that could have ever happened to you, Andrew. You're probably not going to smoke weed anymore now. And then we did like the same old like, yeah, all right, so I'll see you next week and we'll see how your progress is. And yeah. Oof. Should we make this one take? I don't really feel like editing today. Someone commented, hey Andrew, I know you can't, it was on the love one yesterday, thoughts on love, and they were like, I know you can't do these super introspective vlogs all the time, but I really appreciate it when you do. And I love that, like you're so open-minded, like you understand it. The vlogs are kind of like the weather. I can't just make every vlog good, you know. There's gonna be rainy days and sunny days. I mean, yeah, I can't say anything bad about being Mormon though. I think it only helps. It's just really boring, and you kind of just going to church every Sunday is, I think what most people get out of it is how boring it is, and it's like a meditation thing. Like you're kind of forced to, I think 90% of the time people tune out and are daydreaming and just kind of meditating the whole time, because it's like, it's just the same stuff you've been, it's like not different at all. There's nothing, people, you know, the same boring, you know, choose the right, and we need to love one another, and like it's just a constant, I guess, reminder, but it's always so boring because you've heard it 1,000 times every Sunday your whole life, you know. So I don't know, yeah, organized religion, it's not for me. All right. I really appreciate everyone's comments, the long insightful ones that on the thoughts of love, thoughts about love, or thoughts on love. Yeah, there's a lot of really good, I guess, essays, but I read most of them. I really liked them. Thank you. I appreciate it.